Welcome to the Butler Did It. I am your host, Adam Butler. This is Politics as Usual, and my thoughts are my own. Just want to talk about the events of January 6th, the attack on the U.S. Capitol building, an attempt to disrupt the counting or the certification of the 2020 U.S. election, the failed attempt, by the way. That was, let's be honest, incited by our president, Donald J. Trump. If you are familiar with this brand at all, and this show, the podcast, and everything I've done in the past, you know I'm not the biggest fan of Trump. Everyone knows this, okay? And it is very true that that man incited that. But those are facts that we know. Those are things that we know. I imagine today and in the coming days, there are going to be plenty of articles and plenty of editorials and think pieces and what have you that are going to really explain just how treacherous and awful the acts of our president, past and present, are, and how they led up to the situation that happened on January 6th. I don't got to go through it. I'm pretty sure you know how I think about it, and I'm pretty sure I know how you think about it. But what I do want to talk about is how I've noticed some people seem to be feeling right now. The temperature in the room, the mood of the country, and it's low and it's down. And why wouldn't it be? We witnessed thugs and hooligans and terrorists, frankly, domestic terrorists, attack a sacred building in our nation. If you're a patriot, it makes you feel a little bit less today. If you're a person of color, you're wondering, well, why didn't those people get the same treatment that we get whenever we want to protest social injustice? You have the right to feel all of those emotions. You feel a little less patriotic today if you were patriotic. And again, if you're a person of color, you're real confused. And matter of fact, maybe you aren't confused. You're convinced that the system is against you. And in many ways it is. We already knew that. But sometimes when you're down, it's really easy to forget about the victories and the steps that you've taken. In fact, that's the very point of terrorism, right? Remember in 2001, if you're my age, I'm 38 years old. I'll be 39 in 2 weeks. Wow. I have to let that soak in for a minute. Okay. I was definitely a grown man when 9/11 happened. In fact, I was 18 years old when 9/11 happened. Okay. I remember the mood of the country. I remember how everyone felt. And I remember the thing they kept telling us is, don't let the terrorists win. Don't let those terrorists win. They will disrupt our American way of life. If you let the terrorists win, it's all over. It's a wrap. Well, weren't the events of January 6th a terrorist act? And if they are terrorists, aren't they trying to disrupt our way of American life, our idea of American life? And if they are trying to do that, why? Is it because they feel like they're losing? And if so, don't the same principles apply to these red hat wearing, slack jaw, thug, hooligan, nothing, domestic terrorists? None of that came out right. Let me just call them a bunch of lames. Why are they reacting this way? Could it be because things didn't go the way they wanted in the 2020 election? Well, that's obvious. That's why they were there. What did it distract? Not even saying that they were smart enough to think about this, but what did it distract? The fact that the Democrats won 2 senatorial seats in the state of Georgia. Yeah, things are changing. Yes, things are changing. Maybe not rapidly. Of course, there's still work to do. But we voted for Joe and Kamala for a reason, because we believed that they could do the job. And at the very least, we believed that they could attempt to clean up the mess that the previous administration left us. COVID-19, social injustice, economic ruin, climate change, all of these things that we're behind on right now, We believe that the people we elected in November of 2020 will be able to do the job. These people are only reacting to that. And yes, we should take them serious. In fact, they were able to pull off what they pulled off because we hadn't been taking them serious. Take them serious, but also understand for yourself, when you look at yourself in the mirror and you feeling real down right now, understand that you are taking the steps, at least from a political standpoint. You have taken the steps to better America. Do not be afraid to go out there and protest. Matter of fact, the lack of discipline for the rioters only puts a spotlight on the unfair treatment of protesters for social injustice. Keep doing your thing. Keep voting. You won that vote. In fact, those politicians that were under their desks hiding, especially the ones that don't want to help to look out for the American people and do their job, were forced to do their job because of what happened yesterday. We never want to have to go through this, but again, we can't let terrorists win. That's what George Bush told me in 2001, right? Well, that applies now. Do not let these people change your way of life. Look, I'm getting so worked up. I move my desk. Do not let these people change your way of life. Don't let them get you down too long, because that was the point. Don't let the terrorists win, man. You're better than that. Okay? Take care of your mental health. Mind your mentals. That's what Marshawn said. All right? Be great, stay fresh, and get back in the game, because you're winning the game. Never forget that. I'm up out of here. This has been Politics as Usual.